now? Okay, here we are. You fought against yourself and you won today.
Yes.
Look the way he reacts. Days like that make a lot of difference in life. He fought against himself. Mike, by yourself, man. Mike, this is amazing.
It's just 2 days before the most brutal 58-year-old walks back into the ring, his personal abattoir that he used as a makeshift playground for himself and a tormentous burial ground for his opponents about 2 decades ago. His return has been the talk of the town for months. And while many things naturally excite boxing fans about Iron Mike Tyson, his brutality, his power, his skill, his footwork and head movement, his peekaboo boxing style and aura, one aspect that's been largely overlooked has been his training sessions. Whenever Mike Tyson was his best self, no one can deny his devotion and discipline with his training, so much so that we associated him with the quote, "Discipline is doing what you hate like you love it." Having retired from boxing almost 2 decades ago, the boxing legend hasn't always had it rosy, having times where he battled addiction, went to prison, and lived a very careless life.
The only one who ever beat Mike Tyson was Mike Tyson. Yeah, the bullshit. The fuck you don't want to hear it.
No, I do hear it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it because I know it.
Yeah, okay.
No one knows the
we'll
better
tell you
than
something.
I
Okay.
Tell me something I don't know.
Hence, the fight isn't just for entertainment. It's to see what it means for the baddest man on the planet to be resurrected. No one thinks such training sessions won't have their rigor and toughness. Well, that's what we want to see. Mike Tyson Jake Paul is just around the corner. The cards are neatly decked. In addition to the main fight, the MVP Netflix show offers a string of exciting bouts.
All I can say is thank you, God. Tune in on November 15th. You won't be disappointed.
But for all those who plan to visit the Cowboys Stadium on Saturday, November 15th, or those who have settled for a live stream, it's all about Iron Mike and the Problem Child. The match has become the talking point across the forums and platforms. And why shouldn't it be so? When does one get to watch a professional boxing fight between a former heavyweight champion, a living legend, and a young crossover fighter? But it's finally going to happen. The photographs of Paul and Tyson and their training footage are keeping the discussion alive and buzzing. Much of the curiosity hovers over the fight's outcome.
I'm tougher than I believe I was. Because actually, when I agreed to this fight and I started training, I said, what the f*** am I thinking?
Will the Ohioan walk away with yet another victory? Or will Tyson prove that age is just a number? During his latest interview with Stephen A. Smith, Tyson shed some light on his training camp and what he had in store for Jake Paul. As the show drew to a close, Stephen A. Smith wanted to know what Mike Tyson felt about his opponent. The poser flung the former heavyweight champion 4 years back.
Excelente, Mike. Excelente for good, Mike. Excelente for stance. Smoke that joint they go to gym.
On November 28th, 2020, Tyson stepped into the ring to face Roy Jones Jr. The Lockdown Knockdown card at the Staples Center featured Jake Paul fighting Nate Robinson for a 6-round bout. On July 20th, the date when the Tyson-Paul fight was earlier scheduled, the Problem Child fought his 11th bout against Mike Perry. So Mike Tyson explained that Jake Paul has come a long way as a fighter. Digging deeper, the NBA analyst asked how pressured Tyson felt to win the fight, despite being on the wrong side of the age, not to forget his ring inactivity.
20 seconds.
"I feel in great condition," replied Mike Tyson. He explained that he had been training 4 days a week. His regime included 8-round sparring sessions. So in a strict sense, he never felt like an old man going up against a much younger guy. "I think I'm going to be able to handle the situation," Tyson added. However, that only roused Smith's curiosity. He wanted to know whether Tyson would succeed in knocking out Jake Paul. "I think I'm going to hurt him, yes," came the reply from the boxing great.
I finished the process. The fight's the party. All the hard work is done. Still, family's everything. My kids, to my children, nobody. But that night.
But Stephen A. Smith wasn't ready to let go of Mike Tyson so easily. With some 2 to 3 minutes left, he checked for Tyson's training routine. He wanted to know how different his approach had been for the Paul fight when compared to what he used to do in his prime. Mike Tyson has a straightforward answer. Hey, it's sparring. Get a sparring partner, spar, train, get in shape, get strength and conditioning. Yes, do the basics. You know, give it the best you got. Give it everything you have 3 times a day. Just a few days ago, while speaking with Mike Ducey from Fox 4 Dallas-Fort Worth, Mike Tyson shared thoughts. When the sports anchor checked how the fight against Jake Paul would take shape, the former heavyweight champion replied that it wouldn't last long.
I don't say take me for granted because they talk a lot of mess to me that nobody else would. So tonight the fight, they're going to realize they're going to watch it next time they talk crap to me. I love you very much.
Mike Tyson felt that the problem child might resort to a stick and move tactic. However, he sounded quite apprehensive. I don't see how he's going to fight by running all day. As far as the training goes, the youngest heavyweight champion has been pushing hard. So much so, as one of the recent training footage where Tyson knocked down a sparring partner revealed, his trainer Rafael Cordero had to intervene and bring the session to a halt.
Nice left hook.
It was good for today.
Yeah.
I attribute it to you.
Sure?
Yeah, me
Yes.
too.
Fucking
In fact, Mike Tyson's sparring partner, Mike Russell, has copped a shiner courtesy of an intense sparring stint with the 58-year-old icon in advance of Tyson's much-anticipated bout against Jake Paul. The legendary ex-champ roped in the fists of Russell and Jet Blackwell for his scrap with the problem child. With both punching proxies obliged to ink non-disclosure agreements, top-secret pacts designed to keep Tyson's tactics away from prying eyes. It's a similar corner for Tyson, as he's using a vast majority of the same people in his corner as he used for his exhibition match with boxing great Roy Jones Jr. in 2020.
sure? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You sure? Yeah. Fuck with me, it's all right?
Let's do this.
You did great.
We're done.
We're gonna do it.
You sure? Yes. Trust me. I got a lot in me.
At 32, Russell has notched up a 6-1 fight record flitting between heavyweight and cruiserweight rings. His recent gigs include getting former UFC fighter Nate Diaz battle-ready for last year's fracas with Paul, an encounter that saw the problem child notch a knockdown and cruise to victory by judge's decision down in Texas. In a heart-to-heart with ES News earlier this year, Russell spilled on the intensity of trading leather with Tyson. It's one hell of an experience. I'll tell you what, his power has not gone away at all.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Magic Time Mike Russell.
And tell me who you
Cruiserweight
sparred.
Cruiserweight out of San Francisco Bay Area. I sparred Nate Diaz.
Digging deeper into how bruising Tyson's blows are, the US bruiser confided, "They're freaking heavy. One time. Usually you have to get hit in a good spot for your vision to go, a chin or temple. One time he hit me in the eye, my vision went, and I went, how the hell did he hit me in the eye and my vision goes?" Ahead of their highly anticipated bout, Russell shared that Tyson gave him a black eye during sparring and didn't mince words about what lies in store for the problem child. "Mike hits harder than anyone I've ever been in the ring with," he confessed in a Netflix documentary.
Spar with Mike. That was when I first met him. Ever since then, we've been super close. But yeah, that was one hell of an experience, man. I'll tell you what.
Russell also disclosed his rare experience with facial bruising and hinted at peril for Jake Paul. "I've only had 2 black eyes in my whole career. One other one and this one right here. Jake is walking into a problem. He says he's the problem child, but it's going to be a problem for him on November 15th. As the fight draws closer, Tyson delivered a stark message to his adversary. "I don't think he has any idea what's coming at him," he declared in a Netflix documentary. Tyson dismissed any notions of being past his prime and promised a rude awakening for Paul.
His power has not went away at all.
Tell me about that. So obviously you have good defense, you're a great fighter, and he lands a punch. What was it, an uppercut, a hook?
He thinks I'm a decrepit wolf coming at him. Somebody with a bunch of arthritis built up in his bones coming to attack him. He's gonna have a big surprise. I'm just ready to get in there. I'm going to catch him with all this running stuff. You can't win by running. You've got to fight sometimes." The epic battle between the boxing legends is set for Friday, November 15th at the Atant Stadium in Dallas, Texas, where up to 80,000 spectators are expected to witness the action. The fighters will face off in a unique 8-round match with 2-minute rounds, deviating from the usual 3-minute rounds. This special event has received the green light from the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, and both competitors will don 14-ounce gloves, which are bulkier than the typical boxing gloves.
And we think Mike's too old for this fight. Tell him what you think about that.
If you think I'm too old for this fight, you need to come tell me in my face.
Whoa.
I love you, Mike.
Mike Tyson, one of the most iconic boxers in history, has once again captured the attention of the boxing world with his showdown against Jake Paul. As the fight date approaches, it is interesting to explore how Tyson is physically preparing and what kind of diet he is following to be in the best possible shape. At 58 years of age, he shows that he is in great shape for his upcoming fight that has brought him out of retirement. A very demanding physical routine, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul in love kiss in a controversial video that even seems real. Although he has not revealed many details of his sports routine, the boxing icon has posted several videos about his training details through his social networks. Some of the disciplines we can see him practicing are...
And I'm very nervous for you, and I care about my brother. And I know the path he's on right now, and it's ruthless. You got to take him serious, Mike.
I take him extremely serious. These people don't take him serious. This is what I learned through my 58 years of experience. Anyone's capable of killing you. So you should...
First, his boxing routine. Mike Tyson is known for his intense and disciplined training style. His routine includes daily sparring sessions, where he works on his technique and speed. Despite his age, Tyson remains a formidable boxer, and his focus on technical work is key to maintaining his agility and precision. He also does strength training. To prepare for a fight, Tyson incorporates weightlifting and functional training exercises. This not only helps him develop explosive strength, but also improves his overall endurance. Exercises such as squats, bench presses, and deadlifts are common in this type of preparation.
1, that's tight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
He then adds cardio to it. Cardiovascular endurance is crucial in boxing. Tyson performs aerobic exercises such as running, jumping rope, and circuit training to keep his heart strong and improve his lung capacity. This allows him to stay active during the rounds of the fight. In 2010, the famous boxer decided to embark on a plant-based diet. He went vegan, something that he made public on several occasions, which helped him to get away from the disorderly and careless life he was leading at the time. However, 10 years later, he decided to reintroduce meat into his diet. One of the types of meat he has incorporated is wild game such as elk or bison. According to him, this type of meat makes him feel stronger. In addition, Tyson detailed that his wife eats raw meat, but that he would never do so. We will soon see if this consumption of meat, coupled with his physical preparation, leads him to victory against Jake Paul, 20 years after his last official fight. Another footage emerged of Tyson crashing thunderous shots into the pads after the pair announced that they will meet in a huge showdown, and it got Jake Paul's girlfriend worried. Yuta Leerdam, a world champion speed skater, made her own fears clear where she anxiously asked Paul if a brutal knockout could be a serious risk.
Babe, but what if he knocks you out?
Ooh.
He sounds nervous.
Just look away.
No, like that
Paul, who hasn't been knocked down in his career, brushed off Leerdam's concerns during their BSW/Jake Paul podcast. When she asked, "But what if he knocks you out? Is that your last fight?" Paul smiled and replied, "He's not going to." To save any back and forth, the pair both agreed it was a topic they shouldn't even talk about, with the YouTuber not even remotely worried about the possibility.
He's not.
But what if?
You tell me. What if Jake gets knocked out?
Would you cry?
Yeah, definitely. But that's because I just feel bad and I just hope you're okay.
"I'm too sharp and fast," he said before adding, "Just being active and being the man in the arena for years and years now will make him win. Like, I don't even get nervous. The nerves are not even there anymore," Paul then shared.
Will not be good, babe.
No, just look away.
Is Jake Paul realizing that maybe he bit off a little bit more than he can chew, or is he simply studying the footage? Dana White said he's not thrilled about Mike Tyson.
"I literally can't wait to look across the ring and see him and give him a freaking death stare." Paul felt Tyson's strength during a handshake and did, however, admit to being caught off guard. "Shaking his hand at the shoot, this man is strong as hell," he commented.
About me fighting Mike.
I think you're gonna win. But he's the competitor that is like the most scary to me.
Yeah, he is.
What if he knocks you out? Like, is that your last fight?
Like probably the strongest handshake. I don't think he was trying not to squeeze, but you could just feel his hands were like bricks. Truly, Mike Tyson successfully exposed Jake Paul's fear, a feat that none of his previous 9 fighters had been able to accomplish, even if Mike Tyson had not exposed something bigger. However, while Mike Tyson did that, he also admitted to being scared himself, which seems more understandable for a fighter who's boxing against an opponent who's 30 years younger than he is.
Of him at 16 doing weird dances. That's not the guy I'm going to be fighting. This guy's going to come, he's going to try to hurt me. Like right now, I'm scared to death. But
About a month ago, Iron Mike told Fox News Channel's Sean Hannity that, "Whatever I'm afraid to do, I do it. Anything I'm afraid of, I will confront it," he said. "And that's my personality. Like right now, I'm scared to death. But as the fight gets closer, the less nervous I become because it's reality. And in reality, I'm invincible."
The fight gets closer, the less nervous I become because it's reality. And in reality, I'm invincible.
Tyson said he trains every day and doesn't think Paul is faster than him despite being half his age. The 57-year-old also said his 27-year-old opponent has come a long way from his days as a YouTube influencer. However, Mike Tyson has moved from being scared to death to scaring his opponent to death.
I think he's faster than me.
Jake Paul is saying he wants to be a world champion. He says you're the greatest heavyweight champion ever, the baddest man on the planet.
In an interview, the baddest man on the planet lashed out at his doubters and even accused most of them of expressing jealousy rather than the care they think they're expressing. "I'm 58 and what? I'm getting billions of views just from talking to somebody from fighting," Mike Tyson stated in a recent interview discussing his boxing match against Jake Paul. "Everybody, even most of the athletes, they're jealous. That's whack. I say in your prime, you couldn't draw 1 million people, man. What are you talking about? You couldn't sell out an arena. Who at 58 could sell out an 80,000 seat arena?" He continued, "Why do you think he wants to fight me and not anybody else? Everybody wants to fight him. All the boxers want to fight him. But if he fought them, the only people that will come are the people that like him. The other guys, their parents might not even come to watch them. That's just keeping it real. They're too boring for their children to watch. It's like watching grass grow."
If he fights the right fights and takes the right path to that world title, he can actually get there.
And now Mike Tyson has given his doubters a greater reason to worry after confirming that his fight against Jake Paul won't be anything like an exhibition bout, but a professional fight that'll be as brutal as any professional fight can be. And what's more impressive is that the fights will be added to their total career fights. Mike Tyson fought 56 fights during his prime, with the last of them coming 19 years ago in 2005 against Kevin McBride. In all, Mike Tyson had 50 wins, including 44 knockout victories and 6 losses, while Jake Paul has 10 bouts under his belt with 9 wins and a loss. Notably, it was announced by the fighters and promoters in Washington that former heavyweight boxing champion Mike Tyson's upcoming bout against YouTube sensation Jake Paul on November 15th in Dallas will be a sanctioned heavyweight professional fight. The pair will wear 14 ounces gloves and fight for 8 rounds of 2 minutes, all under the auspices of the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulations, with the results showing on their pro records. They will not wear headgear as had been speculated prior to the fight, and there will be a full slate of judges. This marks a significant departure from Tyson's recent exhibition matches and signifies a return to sanctioned professional competition for the legendary boxer.
Not true at all. Not true. Not true. No true. Listen, this is called an exhibition. But if you look up
Despite his illustrious career, Tyson, with a record of 50 wins, 6 losses, and 44 knockouts, has not secured a victory since his triumph over Clifford Etienne in 2003. However, he remains a formidable force in the ring, renowned for his power and ferocity. Concerns were raised regarding the age difference between the two fighters, with Paul being 27 years old and Tyson set to turn 58 on June 30th.
Oh, the right hand! I doubt if he'll be able to get up from this. He hit him flush on the jaw with the right hand. It's up to
Nevertheless, the decision to sanction the bout as a professional heavyweight fight indicates the confidence of the organizers in both competitors' abilities to deliver an exciting and competitive match. Mike Tyson wanted it to be a pro fight. Netflix wanted it to be a pro fight. So I agreed to make it a pro fight. Winner takes all. Paul posted on X, formerly Twitter. The bout will be at Atlantic Stadium in Arlington, Texas, home of the NFL's Dallas Cowboys. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul signed on to fight each other with the desire to do so in a sanctioned professional fight that would have a definitive outcome. Most Valuable Promotions co-founder Nakisa Badarian said in an X post. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.